Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about Pascal's Wager. So when I was a little girl, maybe about 7 or 8 years old, I would have all these get-togethers with my little friends. We'd have sleepovers, and one of our favorite things to do whenever it was really late at night is we would take flashlights and tell each other ghost stories and try to scare each other. And one I remember in particular that was everyone's favorite was Bloody Mary. We all said that if you went to the bathroom and turned the lights off and you sprayed water up on the mirror and you turned around 3 times, said Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary 3 times, she was supposed to appear in the mirror and scratch your face up. And it was just the scariest thing ever. And of course, there were all these stories of girls who had done it and had to go to the hospital or maybe even died. This stuff was scary. I was a little girl, so I was obviously scared by this. And even then, I was super skeptical. So I was like, that's really scary, but it sounds kind of stupid. So I said, okay, I'll do it. And everybody looked at me like, what? You're going to go in the bathroom and you're going to try to do this? What is wrong with you? Are you crazy? And I was like, well, yeah, maybe I'm crazy. But I wanted to try it just because, I was curious. I was a dumb kid. So I went to the bathroom and I did it and I turned the lights off and I did it. And people were watching me and they're like astounded that nothing happened. And they were like, I can't believe you did that because what if? What if it were true? You could have died. You could have gone to the hospital. You could have gone through this immense suffering and pain. And what if you were wrong? And that brings me to Pascal's Wager, because that's something that I still feel like, even though I'm not a kid anymore, I still have people trying to scare me with things so that I don't try and do something or that I don't think a certain way because they think that if I do, something terrible yet unproven is going to happen to me. So whenever I have conversations with people about religion, a lot of times I get this. I get the, why not believe in God? Because if I'm wrong and there is no God, nothing happens. I just cease to exist and there was, nothing really that bad happens. But if you're wrong, you spend an eternity in hell, burning and suffering in hellfire. So I think that you better believe just in case, kind of almost like it's an insurance plan. You might as well believe because if you're wrong, you're going to hell. They tell me I have nothing to lose. That's one of the big points. Well, I disagree. I feel like there's a lot actually that I could lose because first of all, religion and blind faith in things with absolutely no proof teaches us that it's okay to not understand things. It's okay to not do research into things. It's okay to have thoughts in our head of how things work that are completely unjustified and have no proof. It's okay. It's okay to be ignorant. That's what religion teaches us. That's something pretty important to lose. Whenever I went to the bathroom and I did that Bloody Mary trick that everyone was so scared, they were like, why? Well, honestly, because you guys were scaring me and doing it and realizing that it was bullshit gives me the peace of mind that that's not a real thing that I have to worry about. There aren't monsters underneath my bed. And that peace of mind was extremely valuable to me. So far I've said that it teaches people that ignorance is okay and it takes away the peace of mind that you could have without worrying all the time about whether or not you're going to hell. But also, politics and religion aren't separate. I feel like religion gives people an excuse to push their bigoted beliefs onto others. And I don't even really think that if there were religion, a lot of these people would have these beliefs. What other reason would you have to not be okay with homosexuality if not for religion? It makes absolutely no sense. It confuses people, honestly, into thinking that their bigoted ways are correct, that they should be thinking those things. And not only should they be thinking those things, everyone should be thinking those things. Therefore, I'm going to make it politically, forced onto everyone. And at the end of the day, it prevents us from having a society with open minds and equal rights. It also limits our education system because these kids are taught that evolution is wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's not okay. Some of these same kids actually aren't getting the vaccines they need to prevent diseases that are easily curable because their parents are what? They're opposed to the vaccine because of some stupid religious belief again. Meanwhile, this disease is probably being passed on, like I said, it could have been easily prevented, to the rest of society. Something, again, that the rest of us have to deal with because of religion. Stem cell research and a plethora of other scientific advancements are brought to a halt because of religion. So yeah, whenever you ask me if I have something to lose, I think of all of those things that I just said. And that's a lot to lose. And another thing, let's play along. Let's say, for argument's sake, that the Christian God is real. Heaven is real, hell is real. Do you really think that this all-knowing God would be okay with that kind of superficial belief? Well, I believed in God because why the fuck not? Don't want to end up in hell, so might as well just say so to cover my ass. Oh, that's okay, that's cool, welcome to heaven. But even beyond all of that, Pascal's Wager is total shit. Richard Dawkins is pretty famous for saying, what if I'm wrong? What do you mean, what if I'm wrong? What if you're wrong? Yeah, what if you are wrong about every other mythological character? Every other religion, every other god. What if you're wrong? What if you're wrong about Allah? What if he's real? What if the Muslims got it right? What if you're wrong about Thor? What if you're wrong about the flying spaghetti monster? What are you gonna do then? Aren't you worried about going to every religion's perspective hell, or is it just your own? But no, they're sure they've got it right. The Christian God is the real God. Or Muslims think that the Muslim God is the real God. They pay no attention to the other religions that have almost identical rules for non-belief. Hell. But no, they're so sure. Sure enough to go around preaching to everyone, telling everyone that doesn't believe that they're damned for eternity, an indefinite amount of suffering and torment and pain and fire and flames and hell. Because you got it wrong. So just for clarification purposes, when people are confused or concerned for me and wonder why Pascal's Wager doesn't work, why I don't just agree with them and say things like, okay, well, I guess I'll believe in God because I don't want to go to hell. Even though I don't think it's right, you know, what do I have to lose? Maybe you'll understand me better if you consider why you don't react whenever someone of a different faith says the same thing to you. If you are a Christian and I'm a Muslim, I'm as convinced that you're going to hell as you are that I am. So why aren't you concerned that you're going to the Muslim version of hell? Answer that question for yourself, and whenever you find that answer, that's my answer. So if you can't understand why your threats of hell don't scare me, or why I don't want to buy your particular insurance plan, hopefully thinking of it in that way will help you understand me better. Because it's going to take a lot more than what if you're wrong, or you might as well just believe to convince me of anything. Remember, at the end of the day, I'm still a girl that went into the bathroom, turned the lights off, splashed water in the mirror, turned around 3 times and said, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video, share it everywhere. All my social media links are in the description below, so check it out, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.